All right. Welcome. Welcome, all of you. It is good to have you here. I am Ron. This is Ageless Balance. Today, today only, we are going to do core on the floor. No, flip that. Core without the floor. So exactly the opposite of what I said. I said floor, no floor. It's no floor. Standing and maybe some seated at the end. First thing we're going to do, let's just do neutral position. We talk about this every time, but it is so important. Ears over shoulders over hips. What we're trying to do is one, make sure that the exercises we do really focus on that core, that we're holding our position, holding ourselves in our neutral posture where we should be at all times. And the others that we don't get hurt so that we don't bring the chin down to the chest, stretching out the back, doing a bend and a twist at the same time, putting the back, putting the spine, the muscles, the vertebrae all in a really bad spot, in a bad position where they can cause injury. So let's just get first off that neutral position, shoulder blades back, all the way back, release them, and they should drop just under the shoulder so it's not exaggerated back, but you're also preventing against that hunch, chin to chest, doing one of these Quasimodo things. Don't do that. All right. So what we're going to do is grab onto the back of the chair. When I say grab on, just put your hands on the back of the chair. I always call it grabbing, and you're not really grabbing it. So your hands are on the chair to keep the shoulder blades back. You're going to push up through, chest is out, and just push the butt out. Knees stay over the ankles. They have a little bend in them, but you're driving the butt out behind you, keeping the back straight, back of the head to the tailbone, so you're not putting any stress on the spine. Step up into the chair, roll the shoulder blades back, and we're going to go back to it again, into that drop, into that hip hinge. So knees are over the ankles. They'll go a little bit forward, a little over the laces of the shoes, but not much. You're more about sitting the butt back as you come down, keeping the head up straight. Feel the stretch through the hamstrings and the glutes on that back chain. And push up. We're going to do it one more time, but we're going to add. We're going to add. Getting back into that neutral, dropping down right behind the chair, keeping the back as flat as you can. Doesn't matter how far you come down. You could be right here. If that's where the stretch is for the hamstrings, perfect. That's where you need to be. If you're not feeling it back there, come out a little deeper. Let yourself come down a little more. Concentrate on not changing that distance between the chin and the chest. Take one arm, drop it down. Keep the shoulder blades back. Just bring the arm up on the side. Chin will follow chest. You're going to rotate just a little bit. Spine is straight so you can get a rotation in there. You don't want to bend and rotate at the same time because that is an injury waiting to happen. Step up. Shoulders back. Always remember, too, you want to keep the head above the heart. If you let the chin go to the chest and the head drops down, all the blood goes into the head, and then you get into that dizziness kind of thing. All right, other side. Butt out, back straight, arm down. Bring it up. Chin follows chest. Don't go that far. You're just starting to stretch out. Stretch will go all the way through the arm, through the side of the body, and you may even feel it on the outside of the hip and in those glutes. One more time each side. Step back, straight back. Have a straight back. Don't step straight back. Just like this. Up and around. I was getting confused. A little farther this time. Bring it back. Again, you don't have to be flat in a tabletop. You could be right here having the butt back, shoulders are up. You got this diagonal going on with the torso. That's fine as long as you got that straight line behind you. And when you bring that arm up, when you're doing that, bring it up so that you're twisting. Don't try to come straight up with this. You want this rotation. So the shoulder is always perpendicular to the torso as you come up and around, back in. So right here, you've got 90 degrees right there. I was confused again. Hold on, push back up. That worked my brain. It hurt. That hurt my brain, all that thinking. Arms out to the sides. So next thing we're going to do is just a windmill. That means shoulder girdle stays in a straight line, rolling that back shoulder. So the shoulder that's going to the back is the one you're concentrating on. Hips, knees, toes right straight forward. Nothing below. The middle of the back rotates. Thoracic spine in the middle of the back is the only thing that has rotation in it. No other part of the spine can rotate. It's not built for that. Other side. So when you try turning the hips with the arms, one, you're accomplishing nothing as far as getting a stretch, working those obliques on the outside of the core, and bring it back. But you're also putting strain on that lower back by twisting, which is just going to pull the muscles. Shake that out. We're going to do that one more time. Like you did on the back of the chair, that hip hinge, this time arms out, and now do that rotation. And back up, keeping that back straight. You want to feel a little curve back there, little work by that lower back. Turn it, bring it back, and bring it up, arms down, shake it out. Let's get into the breathing. So from that neutral position, we're going to take a deep breath in through the nose, fill up the lungs, and then you take and contract those core muscles, driving the diaphragm up into the lungs, pursing the lips so that you're really having to push those muscles, really tightening them up to drive all the air out. And when you get to the very end, holding it for a second, you're going to feel these muscles working in the lower abs. They're pulling that hip up. One more time. Breathe in deep. Exhale. Right. And release. So we're not just squeezing the glutes, pushing the hips forward. We're taking these muscles in the lower half of those abs and bringing that pelvis up, lengthening out the spine, protecting it, stabilizing that spine by tightening all these muscles. All right. That's what we're going to do. We're going to get the arms out to the side, butt back, going back into that hip hinge right here. Deep breath in through the nose. Exhale as you come around through the mouth. Hold. Come back to the middle. Go ahead and stand up. I want to make sure that you've got your posture before we go into the other side. So start over. Feet are a little wider than shoulder width apart. Butt right straight back, knees over the ankles. And then rotate. Exhale as you come around. Back to the middle and come back up again. Super important that you concentrate on that back shoulder. We have this tendency to just reach across with that front arm. That's not doing anything for the core. We're not working the obliques. We're working the chest. And this is a core exercise, not chest exercise. All right, we're going to add. We're going to add just a little bit to it. So this time, as you come around, I'd like you to see if you can get to that opposite knee. Tap. And bring it back and bring it up. Feet a little wider, butt back into that hip hinge. In through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Get that back shoulder as far as you can, and then bring it back up and all the way up. When you come up, make sure you're squeezing this rear chain, pushing the hips forward. Feel the muscles tighten up through the upper leg so that the knee doesn't move from above the ankles. One more time, across. Try to get this to move all together. So as you're coming down, you're also starting the rotation, keeping that back straight. Reach across, back up, and shake that out. That was the first one. Working the obliques right here, doing that rotation. Lower abs as we exhale, bringing that hip forward, stabilizing the spine, keeping it in neutral. Next thing we're going to do is knees. High knee, high knee, high knee. There we go. Right straight up. And back down. Stationary leg. Follow the foot to the heel on the floor. Toes are on the floor, but they're just there to kind of balance you. You want the weight in the back half of the foot as you lift that other leg. Knee is bent on the stationary leg. As you lift that front leg up, make sure that everything is in alignment. Toe, knee, hip, and then right straight down again. The leg is going to want to go either heel in, toe out, or that knee coming across to balance you. You don't want that. You want to be stacked over that stationary leg. Make the core muscles do the work to hold the leg out to the side and right straight back down again. This is how you want to be when you walk. You want that alignment of the leg. You don't want it coming into the middle or turning out, which you'll see a lot. If you watch other people walking, you'll see that those feet going out to the outside. That's twisting the hip, the knee, and the ankle. Bad for the joints. Bring it up. And back down. Let's get that breathing in there. Heavy exhale. Hard exhale with the high knee and back down nice and slow. When you bring the leg up, ball of the foot or heel of the foot first, ball of the foot right straight up, come nice and slow, bring it up however is comfortable for you. Tight and back down again. What you want to prevent against too is the chin coming to the chest. This feels like we're getting the knee so much higher, but then we just put the spine in all sorts of danger for injury. So bring it up and back down. We're going to do the same on the other side. So you should feel this hip flexors lifting that leg, quadricep, bending that knee, outer hip, both sides. The hip on the moving leg is keeping that knee out, keeping that alignment straight. This side, those glutes and that hip are holding your body right over alignment with that stationary leg. Bent knee, foot flat on the floor, leg up. Make sure it's straight and back down again. Up. Hard exhale, bring that hip. You'll feel that little snap right at the very end as you bring the leg up. And back down, take your time. Up. And down one more time. Down nice and slow, controlling the muscles, getting those fine motor muscles, strengthening them up. Those are the ones that help reaction time. The stronger those fine motor muscles can be, and those are the first ones that start dying off as we get older, the stronger we can keep them, the faster your reaction time will be. The quicker those impulses from the brain can get to the extremities. Hands up, back of the head, elbows back, chin up. This first, before anything else, this right here. Right there, putting the spine in neutral, elbows back as far as you can get them, squeezing those shoulder blades together. First thing we're going to do is do a rotation again. So feet are flat on the floor, chin follows chest around, shoulder girdle stays in a straight line. So you want shoulder to shoulder to always be straight and then come back to center. If you bring the elbows in, which a lot of people will do, bring the elbows in. Problem with that is now you start to get that hunch in there automatically. You want to get those elbows back as far as you can, which will keep the chin up. Chin up, other side. Chin over chest, follow the chest around. Exhale, bring it back to center, full stop in the center. Reset, elbows back, keeping the spine in neutral. One more time each way. Around. Make sure those knees aren't wobbling. Don't wobble. And back in, other side. Reset. Get those shoulder blades back, chest out, chin up. We lose it. We always lose it when we come around. Maybe it's just a little bit, but the more we get out of it, the more we lose that natural neutral positioning, the worse it's going to get with each time we do an exercise. Shake that out. Here's what we're going to do. Grab onto the chair. Left arm, leg next to the chair is the one that's going to raise up. And then we're going to rotate at the same time and back. Concentrate on this shoulder, even though the hand is on the back of the chair and the shoulder blades are back. Bring that knee up. You're still going to be able to roll that shoulder around, keeping the shoulder girdle in a straight line. Back and down. So there's no bend in this. It's just rotation. Knee comes up, hip flexors and quadriceps, front of the thigh. Turning. Exhaling. Hard, getting those lower abs and getting those obliques on the side for the rotation. Again, up. In and back down. Couple more. A couple more. Up. In and down. Last one. Core's tight. Feel that little lock at the top when you get all the air out of the lungs. That final burst where you push the air out of the lungs, the last of it that's in there, that hip's just going to roll up. That pelvis is going to get just a little forward lean and forward roll into it. Other side, up. That's when you know you've done it. Back and down. So we're getting many, many muscle groups here. Glutes, quadriceps, hip flexors, everything from the knee up on the front side, up, back, and down, as well as those medial glutes, the sides too. Up again. Nice and slow. When you get all the air out, hold for at least the count. Feel these muscles tighten up. Then you can come out, not before. Up. I'm trying to get out early. Bring it back and bring it down. It's in that contraction that you hold where most of the work is done. All right. Hands behind the head. We're going to go back to that hip hinge rotation. So shoulders back, chest out, chin up, butt back. Rotate. Exhale as you do. Come back to center. Come up. Make sure the shoulder blades are back, chest is out. Do it again. Down like we did last summer. Let's twist again like we did last year. Up. Back down. And come back up. Remember, you're squeezing the glutes and the hamstrings. You're squeezing this back chain to push the hips forward, not lifting through the back. Out, because the back is straight. Up. Up. All right. Next. Hand up. Hand on the chair. Leg comes right straight up. We're going to do that rotation. Hip hinge into that leg, keeping the shoulder blades back, keeping the chest out with a rotation. So anytime you're in a class, any other class where you're doing a knee to elbow, it's not knee to elbow. If you do that, you're going to bend and twist at the same time, putting those bones and those vertebrae right together and turning them at the same time, crunching them up. That's not what you want. You want the back to be straight, butt out with the rotation, back to center and up. It's just working those abs a little bit harder, also including those hamstrings in the back of the legs down. And again, you want to do this as a smooth move, leg up. And we're not doing this today, but one of the things you can do when you do these is leg up, knee in. So really just the heel out to the outside and then crunch and bring it back. So hip hinge, knee up and back down. Again, it is not knee touching or knee touching elbow. Has nothing to do with that. It's just going to get you hurt. Be confident in the fact that you don't have to touch to get the work done. Also know that you're not going to get hurt because you're not doing that. Up, down, exhale with the rotation, in and back, up, hip hinge. So you really want to think of these as each individual part of the move. But bringing the leg up, you can also go into that hip hinge. As the knee comes up, you start coming down and then rotate back and up. One more time. Upper and lower body working together. Works the brain as well. Improving our neuroplasticity as that starts to diminish. We can strengthen that back up. Any nerves that get, any passages there that die off, that get weak, you can rebuild them or you can bypass them so that you do get that speed back, that ability to think quicker. We're done. Grab a drink of water. Listen to me stumble all over my words. Getting what's in here to come out here always been kind of a challenge for me. All right, shoulders back, chest out. Because I don't want you to think that what comes out here is what's going on in there too. No, there's thoughts in there. They're good ones. All right. Hands on the back of the chair, shoulder blades back, toes out, 45-degree angle, and knees follow. Knees track right on in the same direction. We're going to come down, pushing the butt out. Knees stay over the ankles, so don't let the knees collapse. As you're going down, knees should not come in. If they are, bring the feet in a little closer. We're going to go down, pushing the butt right straight back, keeping the chest out. Back of the chair is to keep that chest out as you come down, and to help you feel confident in pushing the butt back. If you're not holding the chair, you're going to be uncomfortable with this backward lean, weight shifting to the back. You're going to roll the shoulders down to try to get level again, to try to balance it out. Hold the chair so you keep your form. Get down there. Push right straight up. Knees stay over the ankles. Squeeze the glutes as you come up. Quadriceps, inner thighs, glutes working hard on this one. That's the focus of this exercise. Down, butt back, chest up. You're sitting down, and then you roll the hips forward and squeeze. Really concentrate on keeping those knees apart. And up. Again, down. Other thing you can do is put the hands on the thighs if that makes you comfortable. That helps keep that spine in neutral because you're cueing yourself to push the chest out, shoulder blades back, roll the hips, and come up. Don't use the hands to help you up, though. Last one. Down. Hold there. Roll. And drive through the heels. We're there. Walk the feet in. Remember this? Hands behind the head. I love this move. I love this set right here because all you have to do is bring those shoulder blades back and you're going to go in neutral. What that does is strengthen these muscles between the shoulder blades so that as they get stronger, they're going to contract automatically. You're going to go naturally into this upright position. If they're weak, if they're stretched out, here's where you go. Chest muscles get tight, upper back gets weak, gets lengthened out, and you just automatically go here because that's what the muscles have done. You're counteracting that by bringing those shoulder blades back, squeezing them together, pulling those shoulder blades down, working that whole upper back to put you in neutral. That's why I like it. Just by putting the elbows back, you get all that from elbows back. All right. Find your straight line. We're going to come down on the side. Feet shoulder width apart, and use the hand to hold the head up. You don't want that ear coming down to the shoulder. It is coming out to the side at a diagonal. Exhale and back up nice and slow. Use the hand to help you if you need to. Make sure that you're not leaning forward. So as you come down on the side, first just let gravity do the work. Right here, just gravity. That's it. And when you get here, where gravity stops, that's where you exhale. Drawing that shoulder blade down, feeling the muscles working on the outside of the back, from the middle of the shoulder blade all the way down to the hip. Other side, set up in the middle, get set. Make sure that you have that proper alignment. And down. Exhale as you come down. Bring it back up. Hold the neck straight. I could feel all sorts of pinching going on because I wasn't. Elbows back, down on the other side. Concentrating on this part, armpit to the hip and back up again. Check that out. All right, going back into that plie. Let's not go very deep with it. Hands up on the side. As you go into the plie, you're going to come down on the side. So again, not knee to elbow. It is down in the plie, butt back, and then coming down straight on the side and then pushing back up again. Be really careful with this one. Again, this is how this exercise should be done to get these muscles. Not rotating down, because now again, you're bending the back and you're twisting it at the same time. Spines only do one thing well. Back down, side bend, spines in neutral, bring it back and up, squeeze the glutes, bring the hips forward. Back down, other side. Up and push. Get those hips out. When you get to the top, you should get that little snap in there. Don't lock the knees out, but get the hip all the way out. Down, on the side, back up, other one. And one last time, down in that plie squat, side bend, head up, Squeeze those muscles on the side, outside of the back, and up again to the middle, arms down, shake them out with a little stretch through the shoulders, and take a break just for a second or a minute even. Next on the bill, still standing. I want you to use the chair. Stationary leg, think about that. The one closest to the chair. Knee is bent, ankle is right underneath the knee, toes pointed forward in the same direction as the knee, hip, and shoulder. So you're keeping that posture, and then you're just going to take this opposite leg farthest from the chair and lift. Little bend in the knee, bring it up. As you bring it up, good chance you're going to lean a little bit forward. Just reset right here where you bring as you bring the leg up, reset, exhale, and back down nice and slow. Tap the toe, get set, make sure that stationary leg's still in place where it should be, knees still bent. Easy to lock out. It's really easy to lock out. Foot in front, shoulder blades back, chest out, lift the leg. And back down. Stop right here. Shoulder blades back, chest out. Always reset at the bottom. And exhale. These breathing exercises are also phenomenal for endurance because what you're doing is you're working these muscles in the rib cage. The rib muscles, they contract to exhale, and then the outer muscles pull back out again when you inhale. So those rib muscles are working those lungs to get that air in and out. The stronger they are, the better you'll have better breathing you'll have. One more time. Up. That was in the side. And back down. Meaning all of these exercises have multiple purposes. All right, hands up over the top. You don't need the chair for this one. All we're going to do is bring the arms down in front, stop when the arms are parallel with the floor, and then exhale. Shoulders come forward and back again. Shoulders come forward because the muscle is tightening from the rib cage to the hip. You're going to be contracting that muscle, and instead of bringing the rib cage down, you're going to bring it out forward because you're rolling the hips or rolling the shoulders at the same time. And back up. You're wanting that hip to come into this too. You're exhaling. You're pushing all the air out. You're getting every one of those core muscles, those ab muscles. All the air out. Hold it for a count or two. Once you get all the air out, bring it back in. And back one more time. Make sure your eyes are right out in front of you, keeping that chin up. As long as that chin stays up, there's a really good chance you're not dropping the arms. It's really hard to do this and not drop the chin down. So cue on that chin, making sure it's the right distance away from the chest. Bring the arms down. Shake, shake, shake. Back to the future, back to the chair. Leg up like we did originally. So first thing we want to do, extend the leg out. You do this way. Extend the leg out. Tap the toe, roll the shoulder blades back. Using the chair as an aid, not a crutch, not leaning into it. Keeping your torso upright, using the core for that. Opposite arm straight up in the air. What we're going to do is leg up, arm down, and reach. And back up. Keep the arm and leg on the same side for the first couple. Leg up, shoulder blades are back, reach, and back out. Quadricep, hip flexor, lower abs, upper abs. Chain from the knee all the way up to the rib cage. This time, as you bring that arm down, rotate the shoulders just a little so that that arm is over the leg, reaching in the direction of the foot, not touching the foot, reaching in that direction. So now we're getting the obliques, those rotation muscles. Rotation abs, bring the shoulders around, back down and up. Again. And bring it up one more time on the side. And back up. Other side. Same thing. First shoulder, arm out, right straight in front, not crossing yet. And here's the important thing. When you cross, again, it's not just this arm moving and that other shoulder just staying stationary. It's both arms moving. Snap that back shoulder into place and then reach forward. You're going to feel these muscles working to rotate as you come around. But we're not doing that right now. That's just for when we need it. We'll need it. Stationary leg. Up. Reach. And back. I reach for the foot. Don't do that. That's a crossbody jackknife. We don't want to do that. Straight up front. And back. Shoulder blades back, chest out. I could feel a little bit of a hunch in me when I was coming down. You're going right out front. You're not going down at all. And now we're going to cross body, leg up, arm down, roll the shoulders. All we're doing is introducing another muscle group into this, or another. You're also working the glutes on the other side. When you start turning the shoulders, this glute has to work harder to prevent those hips from turning with the shoulder. And back up one more time. And back up. Arm down. We've got one more we can do with that. I'm gonna put it in here. Just quickly. Arm up overhead. As you bring the leg up, go into a hip hinge. And then arm out. And back. This arm will be perpendicular to the torso. So sit upright, stand upright, arms right straight out. As you do that hip hinge, shoulder never moves. And from here, then you can do the rotation through the side, up, and back up. So now we can add that extra little crunch in there. Leg up, arm down. As the arm's coming down, butt goes back. Sorry. With the rotation right there. And bring it back up one more time. Straight up with that leg, straight down. Hip hinge. And back up. This was a hard exercise. If you feel any tweaking in the lower back, don't do the hip hinge. Because what's happening is those muscles aren't strong enough to hold you up while you do that rotation with the leg up. Single leg, trying to keep that back in neutral is really hard. Those muscles have to be really strong to be able to do that. You'll get there. You will. Promise. Up. Butt back. Hip hinge. Arm is straight up from the body. And back up. Again, leg up. One more. And back up. Told you it wouldn't take long. It's just kind of an example. When you're doing these, grab a drink of water. When you're doing these at home, in between sessions, and you're just going like, man, I could do some core exercises. I should. And then you do them, give it a try. And the videos are out there at any time so that you can refer back to it if you need to. Just do a part of it. Do one of those. Take 10 minutes and just do one of the exercises. We're going to sit down. We're going to sit down. Feet apart. Shoulders back. We got time for one more quick set. Hands on the thigh, shoulder blades back. It's the hip hinge. Love saying that. Down, straight down, knees, toes pointed out at a diagonal. Spine stays straight, nothing moves but the hips. Push yourself back up again through the hands. Don't use the lower back. Most common thing to do on this one is roll the shoulders, chin to chest, and then using that lower back, start pulling you up. These little muscles down here are supposed to do all the work to pick it up. Not what you're looking for. You want those big muscles in the back to do the job. So roll that back into neutral, and then exhale, squeeze the glutes. Big muscles. Big muscles. that you're using to get you back up again. All right, right here, we're just going to bring the leg up, in, out, and down. So what you're concentrating on here is the spine. As you come up, keep the knee right here, keep the shoulder blades back. You're out just a little wider than the middle. Up, in, knee stays there, back in and down. So this thigh does not move. There's just rotation in this hip socket right here, up, in, and down. Getting those inner groin muscles, tightening them up to pull that foot in, working the muscles all the way up the leg, both sides, to keep that neutral or that alignment. Down and down. Back up, swing in, down, and back one more time. Up, down, and down. Excuse me, other side. Same thing. Find your neutral. Always be thinking about that. Knee up. And you may not be able to get that up real high. You may not be able to get that up off the floor, that foot up off the floor without the shoulders rolling forward. If that's the case, scooch back in the chair just a smidge, scooch a smidge. Up. These are real words. I just made them up, so they're real. Up, in my mind. Down and down. Bring it up. Again, get that exhale in there, holding your shoulder blades back, chest out. If you're leaning forward at all, which is really easy to do, with that weight forward, kind of brings the shoulders down with it. You want to make sure the shoulder blades are back here and down. So this really helps. Palms out to keep those shoulder blades back. Up, in, and down. One more time. Up and down. Arms out to the side. Leg up, heel in, rotation as far as you can get, and down. This opposite knee should stay aligned. Keep that foot flat on the floor. Don't let that knee move. Up. So you're working those muscles. Those muscles are stationary. They're isometric exercises, holding that muscle in place. The longer you hold it there, the more that muscle breaks down, as it should. Rotation, hip hinge, back up and down. Up and down one more time. And back, other side. So you get that little hip hinge in there like we did at the beginning, throwing a rotation in there. Arm comes forward, back shoulder rolls back, just like everything else we did. All right, stationary leg stays stationary. That's why it's called that. Knee up, knee in, or heel in, hip hinge with rotation, up and down. Nothing you want to be careful of when you do that rotation is don't lean out over that side as you come down. Coming right down the middle, keeping that spine straight all the way down. So in, hip hinge, rotation, back, and up. One more time. Knee up, heel in, hip hinge straight down the middle. Roll both shoulders, bring it back, bring it in, bring it down, roll the shoulders out. We're going to stretch the shoulders. Put your fingertips on the back of your chair, like a C back there. Shoulder blades are back. And just lean into it, stretching out the chest in the front of the shoulders. So the shoulder blades go back as far as you can, leaning into it. And then use the fingertips to draw you back in. And then coming forward, reaching out in front, rolling the shoulders forward. Chin is going to come down a little bit, not a lot. Don't bring the chin all the way to the chest. Again, going back behind. Shoulder blades start to go back, chest out. Fingertips on the back of the chair. Roll the shoulder blades back a little bit more. Go into that hip hinge. Deep breath in, stomach out. Exhale. And bring that back down. So Stretch with chest, arms behind, upper back stretched when we bring the arms forward. We go up over the top. We want to stretch those obliques. Ear on the inside of the upper arm. Gravity does the work first, bring you down. And actually, that's all you do. You can take a deep breath and just exhale a little bit. Nice and easy. Don't let that sits bone come up off the chair. There's no stretch in that. You're just putting yourself out of balance, which is a falls hazard. Back up. Keep yourself in balance. Keep yourself stabilized right over the middle. Other side. Arm up, arm over, arm down. Small rotation. Hand on the outside of the opposite thigh. Shoulder blades are back. Looking right straight out in front of you. Rotate the back shoulder only. Front arm stays right where it is. Back shoulder. Whenever we do rotation, it's that leading shoulder that goes to the back. The shoulder that goes to the back is the leading shoulder. And back again. One of those two is right. Try the other side. Hand on the outside of the thigh. Shoulder blades back. Touching the chair. Roll that shoulder back. Keeping the chest out, chin up. And bring yourself on back to center. All right. Hands out front. Reach. Legs apart into a hip hinge. Out as far as you can. Fingers intertwined. Push the palms away. Stretch through the shoulders again. Front of the shoulders this time. Exhale. Arms up. Shoulders bring you back to the top, not the lower back. One more time. Keep the back straight. Back of the head all the way to the tailbone. Nothing bends there. Coming forward. Reach out. Roll the shoulders out. Bring it back up over the top again from right here. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Push the stomach out and force the air out of your lungs, bringing the arms down. That was core. Core without the floor. I mean, it held the chair up, but we didn't lay on it. Thanks, guys, for being here. I appreciate it. I will see you again on Friday. Thank you so much.